Hey, what's up guys, it's Lone Man back here with another video, and today I'm going to be doing my 2020-2014 format playoff predictions. So without wasting any time, let's just get into it, but before we do, hit subscribe. So first series we have Winnipeg Jets versus Calgary Flames, and as you can see on the screen, I have the Winnipeg Jets winning this series. I just don't see the Flames as much of playoff performers as the Jets, and the Jets have Connor Hellebuck in net, so I feel they have a big advantage there. So now on to the next one, Edmonton versus Chicago. So as you can see on the screen, I have a big upset. I have Chicago taking down Edmonton, and I don't really know where I'm going with this one, but if there's one upset I can see happening, it's this one, and I do see it happening. Crawford's always really good after long breaks, and people like Keith, Doc, all of them are looking really good. All our depth pieces, they're looking really, really good. And Taves and Kane always perform in the playoffs. So right here we have the Nashville Predators beating the Arizona Coyotes. I just really don't see Arizona as a team that's ready to make a playoff push. They do got good pieces, but I feel they need to better themselves a little bit more so they can be a playoff contender team. So right here I have the Vancouver Canucks beating the Minnesota Wild, and I know that I have this set up wrong, but I'll set it up right before the next round. It's supposed to be reseeded, so I'll do that later. I am sorry to all the Leafs fans that are watching this, but I feel that Columbus will beat the Leafs. It'll be a close series, but I think Columbus will beat them. Columbus is like that perfect matchup for the Leafs. Honestly, in my opinion, best defense in the league. So now on to the next series. As you can see, I have Pittsburgh beating Montreal, which is very obvious. Price, there's no way he steals them 3 games out of 5. But yeah, I have Pittsburgh moving on. So here, as you can see, I have the Rangers beating the Hurricanes, and it's a little bit of an upset, but it's not too big of an upset. They weren't too far away from each other in the standings. But I could see Carolina's defense stealing them this series. But I just think the New York Rangers will win, and I hope the New York Rangers win because they're my second favorite team behind Chicago. So here I have the Islanders beating the Panthers, which I feel bad for Panthers fans, if there is any. But like, their time is going to come eventually, but I just don't believe it's going to be now, and especially against the Islanders. So now it's time for me to go through and rearrange all these teams. So if you want to take a second and look at this, you can. This is it reorganized into what it should be if all my predictions are right. So in the first round, I have an upset already. New York Rangers beating the Boston Bruins. Now, I could easily see this if Igor Shesterkin starts and plays decent. If he plays good, I can easily see this happening. Now, this next series would be a very tight, fought, close series, but I see Philadelphia coming out on top. They are very underrated, and I could see them going far in these playoffs. Now, I don't see this next one being close at all. Honestly, I could see a sweep, but you never know with the upsets that happened last year and the ones that I'm predicting this year. But I see Washington beating the New York Islanders. Okay, so I got a 2-1 here because I messed it up a little bit. So, Tampa beating the Columbus Blue Jackets. I can't see them losing to them 2 years in a row. And St. Louis beating the Hawks. I really can't see the Hawks going further than the first round unless they play Dallas. They possibly could. Even though I love the Hawks, I don't see them going much further. So I messed up a little bit again, and I got another 2-1. So I have the Nashville Predators beating the Dallas Stars. I just see Nashville as a very, very good team, and Dallas not ready to go back to where they were last year. And I have the Winnipeg Jets beating the Vegas Golden Knights. I don't really know why, I just have that. So now I have the Colorado Avalanche beating the Vancouver Canucks, which I don't see Vancouver doing too well in these. I do see them winning against Minnesota, but I don't see them beating any other team to move on further. But yeah, on to the next round. So now I have the Flyers beating the Rangers in round 2. Sad to say it, but I don't see the Rangers going past the second round, and I think the Flyers can easily make it at least to the third round, possibly further. Okay, so on to the next series. I have Washington beating Tampa. I just don't see this Lightning team as a playoff force. I see them destroying in the regular season, but I just don't see them as playoff performers. So I have the Washington Capitals moving on. So my editing software keeps messing up, so we got another 2-1 here. I have the Colorado Avalanche beating the Winnipeg Jets and the St. Louis Blues beating the Nashville Predators. I just don't see Nashville as a team that is good enough to go to the conference finals. They used to be, but then their team just kind of fell apart. They're not as good as they used to be. And the Winnipeg Jets, same with them, their defensive core is not very good anymore. Coming out of the Eastern Conference, I have the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, they are a very underrated team, and I feel they should be heavily favored out of most of these teams. They are so good, and nobody appreciates them. Carter Hart especially is super underrated. He is such a good goalie in this league, and nobody really looks at him to be one of the top goalies in the league. Coming out of the West, I have the Colorado Avalanche. Now, this one is very popular opinion, I'd say. It's not like it's the majority, because there's so many different teams that could come out of the West. But honestly, I really could see this happening, these two teams in the finals, and it would make for a very exciting finals, and honestly, one of the better series of the whole playoffs, even of the whole last decade possibly. It could be up there in best series. Okay, and my 2020 Stanley Cup champions are the Colorado Avalanche, and I'm sorry, Andrew, for trolling you. The Philadelphia Flyers, I really think they will make it to the finals, but I don't think they will win the cup. And yeah, so hopefully you don't dislike the video. But I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Comment down below who you think the Stanley Cup champion will be, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.